comics, and games.
You're on the air.
Welcome into the Upstate Pulse. My name is Lonzo. It is a beautiful, beautiful Saturday afternoon. It is, or evening rather. It's going to be warm. Like that, we did that thing in South Carolina where you skip spring and go directly to summer. So we're going to be in the 80s the rest of the week. I'm looking forward to it because I love the sun. If this is the first time you are listening to the show, let's say you're driving around in North Carolina or Georgia and you pick this up and like, okay, what is this? 2 hours from now, you'll still be saying, what is this? Because that's what we strive to do. The only definition we have for this show is we don't do politics. We do just about everything else, mostly pop culture things. We do get into the supernatural, the unknown, the interdimensional, including the Loch Ness Monster, which we're going to get into quite a bit in the first portion of this show. We also are going to give our final thoughts on South Carolina Comic-Con, which finished up Sunday. Cameron and I went Sunday to the eclipse, about whether you guys actually saw the eclipse, what you thought about it. And we're going to talk some X-Men 97 and Fallout TV and ask Odie, because Odie went to the movies. And we got some questions for Odie about that. Also, video games, Nerd Roundtable, and so much more, including who is facing the Nerf wall. I didn't feel like doing it today. But someone is facing the Nerf wall because we picked WrestleMania and we picked NXT last week. And I will tell you, the person that's safe, the first person who's safe is not here.
Well, that's absolutely no benefit to anybody.
So Rob Brown.
Rob Brown was always going to be safe. There's there's conspiracy going on.
You just made him act.
No. He only missed 2 out of the whole thing. So yeah.
Really?
He did pretty well.
Oh.
So you cannot. You're not going to get Rob Brown.
That's fixed.
Yes. No, it's not. He's just that stinking good, which sucks. And
no one stays perfect forever.
Yeah.
All dynasties fall.
Somebody else was really close to him. Somebody else only got 3 wrong. I'll say who it is when I declare them safe.
You see, I know the listeners out there can't see it, but the people watching on stream can. But that look that you give, when you're explaining somebody else is safe, and you're just looking at.
I don't think I sound like that.
No, you don't. I haven't gotten.
Yeah,
I haven't gotten my Lonzo voice.
You sound
down
like you're
yet.
about to give me a really good recommendation on a nearby bathhouse.
Yes.
The best bathhouse you can go to is the Roman Baths, and they're located right down the road, about 400 miles away.
Can you say a name for me? Can you say Thermopolis?
Thermopolis?
Okay, thank you.
I like to go to Thermopolis Bath in Bed Bath and Thermopolis Beyond.
Yeah, they have the best scents.
The bath scents.
Can I bring my own toga?
No, there's a strict no pappy rule at the Thermopolis Bed Bath and the Thermopolis.
Look,
Beyond.
it was just one time, man. You'd think that you guys would get over
All right,
it.
so the vocalizing of Thermopylae is Odie. Say hello to Odie.
Hello to Odie.
And
Hold on. I'm not.
You don't need your theme music every single time that you
every
speak.
single time, because I'm not yet sponsored by Kerrygold, but here's hoping.
Have you reached out to Kerrygold?
I have reached out to Kerrygold. Do you know what they said to me?
Nothing. Yeah,
absolutely
that's what I
nothing.
figured.
Didn't even reply.
They want me.
Did you did you use station whatever that's called?
Yeah.
Stationary. Yeah.
Station stationery?
Yeah.
You mean did I email them from my Odyssey email address? Yes, I did.
Sure.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Odie here in Odyssey, and this is. I even had this music on.
Did you mention that we're the second largest, radio company in the world?
Yeah,
or whatever?
I said that to them, and you know what they said?
Nothing.
In Irish, nothing.
Okay, it's worse when you hear nothing in Irish. Also with us is Cameron.
Yes, it is I, Cameron.
See, you got music too.
Yeah, it sounds like the same music.
I
And
need my own theme music.
and Matthew.
Cheerio.
There we go. Or at least he.
We
least
shall
he must-
only talk in
Cheerio.
posh accents.
Cheerio is goodbye.
Oh, is it?
Toodle pip and cheerio and
Toodle Pip. What the heck is Toodle Pip?
I always hated Toodle Pip.
He's a punk, man. He's like 3 feet high.
Last time I
Very
met
annoying.
him, I broke his arm and threw him in a gutter.
you're very welcome to the emergency room. What are you suffering with? Well, I have an awful dose of toodle pip.
Yes.
It's got me right in the tally.
Yes. Should stay away from that red light district. Anyway,
It's a disease of the liver.
so Cheerio. So
Honey Nut
Goodbye.
Cheerio.
Yep.
no.
Bye, guys.
If that means goodbye, can you eat the cereal?
Yes, you can. Because if you're really, really, really posh, it's Honey Nut Cheerio.
Okay. I'm just. I mean, all right.
I don't know. But
Is Cheerio mean goodbye in England or
yes,
in?
it's British. Part of
Okay.
the British Isles.
Does it not
They
mean
say
the same in
Cheerio.
Ireland?
No, we just look at you. We kind of stick our hands in our pockets. We go, good luck.
Okay. All right.
And then
But-
you beat him up.
But by the way, that snot was way too thick.
That
It just made me.
That was viscous.
Yes.
We
Do you
are
know
still in
why-
allergy season.
Yes, we are.
No, it's not allergy season. It's just completely destroy OD season. I woke up today and now, first of all, my son decided to jump into the bed with us, which is great. And so I woke up with a foot in my nose. And I mean, that's fine. These things happen. But then I realized, oh, why does it feel like there's 11 people sitting on my head? And as I'm sitting here now, I feel like I have one on my motorcycle, anybody that rides motorcycles and wears helmets, I feel like I have a brand new motorcycle helmet on because you buy a helmet tight. And I just have the compression on my brain. And I'm just like, I love America. I love America. I
Okay.
love
Why
America.
do you buy the helmet tight? Is it so it doesn't rattle
Your-
while you're
yeah,
driving?
it's supposed to be
Okay.
tight on your head, and
All
it's
right.
not supposed to. And if you have a crash, that it won't.
No, I got
less
you.
likely to
I
come
got
off.
so there's no space in between.
Yeah.
Wiggling
okay.
is the enemy.
And
Yeah.
after about maybe 2 or 3 weeks, then it kind of molds to your head, and you start to feel better. But when you buy it first, it is very tight.
It's like, Dad, whenever you wear like a new football helmet,
Yeah, I know. I knew what he meant. That's the reason why.
I gotcha.
That's the reason why I knew why he meant it. If you want to be part of the show, text line is 71307. Please start your text with flaccid. Why? Because of nostalgia and because it bothers somebody else on the station.
just text really
Yeah, it's just
whatever.
Tara, from what I understand, doesn't like the word flaccid. So I mean, that's
Throw in a
fine.
few moists, a few
Yeah,
flacids.
Yeah, well, I mean, because we're all about bugging other people.
maybe
That's
a
what
little
we
bit
do.
of seepage.
We are also
Oh yeah, put some
live
moist, flaccid seepage in the
on
text.
Facebook,
That's
YouTube, Twitch, and the X at either 98.9 WRD or the Upstate Pulse. People in there already. Let me jump on there for a moment. And Dave wanted to know, Viper Dave wanted to know if we talk about cars and motorcycles. Odie just did.
Yeah.
Mark says, hey guys, shout out to Kid Flaccid. Cody Rhodes finished his story. Now, who's going against the wall? Well, we'll find out before the end of the show who's going against the wall. Also, what do you think of the newest Bloodline member? I love it, but he's not the one I was expecting.
Are we actually doing the wall tonight?
No, I decided not to do it. We could have.
Yeah,
I want.
we're
Here's
all
what
a
I
little
want.
bit-
I want the person who knows they're going against the wall to have a week to have to worry about it.
You do know if it is me, I'm just going to wear full body armor next week.
If it were you, so
I'll come in on the motorcycle and I'll have all my body armor on and I'll wear my helmet and I'll just stand there like a pretty little pony saying, "Oh yeah, hit me."
okay.
Oh, so you're one of those bronies.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Scott says, evening guys, this week a YouTube channel commented on a recent poll that found that more and more people are choosing to play older video games rather than new AAA titles. The reason cited included dislike of microtransactions, which I can't even say the word because it's so upsetting.
The argument-
Games released unfinished, heavy injection of politics into new games, and disappointment with the overall quality in the industry. I don't have a current gen console or gaming PC, so I cannot comment. What about you guys? I will say this, there's been some fantastic new games. Absolutely. And you know what you're going to get? You're going to get a touch of politics. You're going to get a touch of a lot of things when it comes to all media. You just gotta, if you can't handle it, then turn your mic off.
Sorry, I'm really
Yeah, well, turn your mic off. And if you can't handle it, then it's okay to play old stuff. There's a reason why I have a ton of old systems, and like on Game Pass, you can play a bunch of old games on computer and on console. Dave says a bugger sugar. And
Don't
that's
say that.
why.
I'll talk to you about that later.
Okay, I guess.
It's all good. It's all good.
I think he was trying to say booger.
Yeah. So
Moving
so I trusted you, Dave, and Odie is acting like I said something bad.
Well, I mean, it's a nice way to say something naughty, but it's not naughty. It's just
okay.
a substance.
Unless you could be wrong.
No, I'd say it's the substance that he's talking about.
Could you be wrong though?
I think we're talking about the American version of this.
Could you be wrong?
Well, I thought I was wrong once, but it turns out I was mistaken.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When that happens, Dave says I got a new all carbon Sadie cat last year, and Live It weighs less. Live It loves it. Weighs less than 2.5 pounds. I have
Does
no
he
idea.
Laugh?
Yeah.
He lives it and he loves it. Does he laugh?
Yeah. If he wants some more of it, I don't know.
What's Hermitcraft?
Hermitcraft?
Yeah.
That's witchcraft for a guy who lives alone.
Okay.
I don't know.
I just got a text in. Hey guys, my son said that Odie sounds like Iska85 from Hermitcraft.
It's probably a Minecraft thing. It's probably
okay.
some YouTube channel or something.
How do you know it's not me?
We don't know it's not him. I'm guessing
him.
Have you ever played Minecraft?
No, never.
Yeah, so I mean, I get.
Okay, Aesthetica is a motorcycle helmet brand.
Yeah, I figured that's what it was. Thank you. Look at that cracked news research team over there. Way to go, Matthew.
I've got Google at the palm of my hand.
Wow.
Now back to the war room.
How does that happen?
Is that
no? Just remember, no fighting in the war room.
That's what we call it. Why not? That's where you're supposed to fight, isn't it?
All right.
I did not learn that for like 500 years. I got kicked out of a lot of them.
Yeah, well, they've advanced since then. All right, South Carolina Comic-Con was last week. I had a blast. I think we all had fun. Odie has now experienced it for the very first time, and you've had a week to ruminate.
Mm-hmm.
And are you ready for next year?
Yeah. You
gonna dress up?
No.
Okay.
Possibly.
Okay. All right.
Maybe.
Also,
I wish Viper Dave.
I will let you know that May 4th is Free Comic Book Day. Hopefully, we can get Rob Young back on before then. But May 4th is also May 4th. Oh, may the 4th be with you. Which these Star Wars snobs, that's not really when Star Wars came out. It's like, man, celebrate whenever you can celebrate. I don't get the snotty. You guys aren't doing it on the real day.
Why would we celebrate it on the day that Star Wars came out when we could celebrate it on a meme day that we can make a pun about?
Yeah,
exactly. Meme days are more fun.
So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I would like to see Obi-Wan Kenobi dressed up as Obi-Wan Kenobi on Star Wars Day.
Are we going to be in here for Star Wars Day?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Does it fall on a Saturday?
I am tempted to buy. I've never bought a Jedi robe. I'm going to look into it. Maybe I'll just buy a choir robe and pretend like it's a Jedi robe. I don't know.
I went to the premiere of what was the last one in the new saga?
The last one.
Yeah, I went to the premiere of that dressed as a Sith Lord.
Okay.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, but you look more like a Jedi.
Yeah, and the beard.
Yeah, and the hair and everything.
And the little quiff that I have going on.
I was about to say, 2 of us are Jedi, 2 of us are Sith. It's just how it goes.
Yeah. Me and Matthew are Sith.
Yeah, but
we can't help it. We can't help it.
But now I need to know who is the master and who is the apprentice.
I hated them, all of them.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough, and it gets everywhere.
Everywhere.
I'll try spinning. All right, let us go to break. When we come back,
you try spinning.
I forget the exact. What was the exact?
That's quote? A good trick.
Yeah, that's a good trick. That's what Anakin did when he was in the Naboo fighter, and when he's little Anakin.
How many Nemoidians did he kill?
How about we try spinning?
Yeah. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of them there Carolinas.
So you got a movie, play, game, restaurant, or TV show you want us to check out? Easy. Hit us up on the WORD text line at 71307. This is the Upstate Pulse on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Weird things to you.
Now, I'm going to put this back into utility in a minute, just so the stream can hear this. Okay.
Good job.
Just letting them listen.
This means something totally different now.
What?
If you are not with me,
then you
Fallout.
are my enemy.
Did you not get that explanation?
No.
You said you watched the first episode.
Okie dokie.
What?
What am I missing?
He's talking to his daughter before the bombs hit.
If you live beneath the
And
Mason-Dixon
explains what this
line and you
means.
feel the need
Oh,
of
yeah.
guidance, Southern Psychics is certified reader standing by just for you. Give us a call on 1-900-BLESS-YOUR-HEART. That's 1-900-BLS-UHRT.
Howdy, Southern Psychics. My Aunt Myrtle just passed away, and she left her fortune buried in Duke's mayonnaise jars down by the creek over in Pickens Holler.
Hey, boy, let's look for the cigarette butts by the hollowed stump where Myrtle hit her shine. And take a shovel.
Thank you, Southern Psychics. Come on, Betty June. We gonna see Bigfoot.
If you can't find your dog, your wife, or your job, or even the keys to your camper, then call Southern Psychics. That's 1-900-BLESS-YOUR-HEART. I repeat, 1-900-BLS-UHRT. We're not waiting on your call because we know it's coming.
The proceeding was parody courtesy of the Upstate Pulse. Not a real number, not a real product, not a real show. Yankee, go home! All right, so here's what you did wrong, though. You should have played it at the end of the break, not the beginning of the break. Because then you put it ahead of actual commercials.
Yeah.
And that could be frowned upon.
Oh.
So,
But no, I put it in.
no, and it should be the last element before the liner coming back to the show.
Okay. Well, I know it for the next one.
Okay, all right.
Man, I'm stinky. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, they can all smell you. That's why.
Anybody got any spray in it?
Yeah, I know what you mean, Dave. It was dusty in my house too. Except for I didn't cry because I have a theory as to something. So, which we'll talk when we talk about it.
It's okay, Dave. I had the same issues.
There's this guy. His name's Cable, and you know what he can do? I don't know if you knew this. He can travel through time, which means
He's like, but we don't know that yet.
yeah, it's gonna happen.
I hope it does.
Be willing to bet money.
What?
You'll find out.
Oh.
Chris is talking about Dune.
About Dune.
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 D-U-N-E.
The movie?
Yeah.
I haven't
Yes.
seen it yet.
That's why I said long live the fighters.
So
Oh, okay.
Nothing. It's just, I'm enjoying the memes that are coming out of Lisa and
Oh,
all
did
the
I-
stuff.
Oh yeah.
Stilgar, you funny guy.
Stop spraying, start erasing, and clean with more magic than ever with new Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser.
Stop spraying and praying. Aim, dadgummit!
BMW R1200 GS.
I've seen it. It rolls.
Pretty cool now. I am thinking about upgrading it to get a newer one because it's 20 years old. It's 20 years old this year. I've had it 20 years.
We saw it. It looks really cool.
Yeah, it rolls.
Nice. Stop it.
What?
It rules or rolls? See, if I had put it in the wrong place, we would have got in trouble. You've got something
No.
in your tooth.
Here's my tooth. I don't care.
If I had put it in,
You should have mentioned it to me, and I would have had a suggestion, which I will not make here, where everyone could hear it.
we can't turn everything off for
I
like
suppose
6
they can
seconds. They
kill the
won't mind.
mics for a sec. You guys can also text.
You know what's done's done.
You can text me.
I don't need to. It's done.
Yeah, but what if I'm going to put it in the next block of ads as well?
You're not, because we won't play it again until next hour.
That's what. Yeah, the next hour.
Well, you can look at it and go, okay, that's here. We'll put it in this stop set and not this one.
Gotcha.
It's a PSA though. Would that bother anything?
No, you don't put a parody of something next
with
to
the
the
other one.
something.
Yeah, I get that, but
A paid something, even though it's a national spot.
yeah, good point.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo here, ODE, Cameron, Matthew. If you are one of those people suffering this week, a lot of people out sick in a lot of places. Hope you feel better. I get it. I missed the first couple of days of work, which I normally do not do, but I had a little fever going on along with all the sinus stuff, and it was not fun. So if you are at home and you're just listening because you don't feel well, hopefully we'll make you laugh. Well, not in a way that makes you cough a bunch and makes you have to, all right, I'm sorry if we make you laugh. And I'm not sorry if we make you laugh, because that's what we're trying to do.
That's what we do.
But hopefully, maybe sometimes it's just like, okay, oh, that's supposed to be funny. I don't get those people. Do you get those people? That's not funny. Okay, well, listen to something else.
Humor the soulless people who just have nothing better to do in their lives and deprecate others.
But what I will say to people is, if they do have a head full of mucus, then a warm shower helps. Warm shower with just a stream going onto your brain.
Okay. All right, that's
because I did that. I had a warm shower.
It's all the steam that clears you up.
Yeah. Well,
your,
apparently the hot water,
system,
because it's your sinuses are all up here, up by your nose, and the hot water there. If there's any that is gone crusty in your head, the hot water basically melts it, and it makes it.
I could see that being
flow. It has a sort of lubrication effect on it,
ever so slightly. I
did. Speaking of allergy stuff, I actually did recently do an interview with Prisma Health for our PSA show focused on the Upstate, which airs at 5 a.m. on this station and 6 or 6:30 on all of our other sister stations, depending on station to station.
On what day?
But it's also on the Upstate Pulse, or Focus on the Upstate page in the podcast section of 98.9 WORD. If anyone wants some advice on dealing with allergies, I've got that up there.
That's on Saturday and Sunday, right?
It's on Sunday morning specifically.
Okay. All right. There you go. So you can get up and listen to Matthew doing a wonderful interview tomorrow if you want. You probably should, while you're getting up, getting ready for church or whatever. Listen to Matthew, because it'll make you feel better about yourself. And
it's the caramel tones.
Is it no, it's caramel.
Caramel.
It's in this case, it's probably caramel.
Yeah,
because it's. Because
caramel is a woman that lives 4 doors down.
Well, would caramel cause you sound better, or would caramel cause you?
Well, it's not Mount Caramel. It's Mount Carmel.
Carmel.
It's Mount Carmel. Have you ever been to Mount Carmel? There's a bunch of Mount Carmel hospitals, but there's also an actual Mount Carmel.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's not Mount Caramel though.
But is the name Carmel?
It's spelled the same way,
like a female's name, a woman's name. Carmel.
If I would think that the substance came before the female, so if the female is named after,
or maybe she created it.
She could have. It's possible. I don't know. I don't have a clue.
Caramel.
Okay, just because you write it out, Chris, doesn't mean we know how you're actually pronouncing it. But
Giggity. It does.
Yeah. Well, as far as
who came first, caramel or the cream?
I don't know. All right, the eclipse happened. Odie, had you ever seen an eclipse before?
No.
Did you see this one?
Yes.
Okay.
I actually stopped my truck, pulled in, took out my massive camera, because I have a massive camera, and I took a photograph of it.
I saw the photo that you sent out to everybody. That was super sick.
So just because I actually put that up on Facebook, and a lot of people gave me a lot of grief saying it was fake, and how did you manage to get that, and you didn't take that photograph, and I'm just like,
yeah, that sounds like social media.
Yeah. And it just on the day that was in it, I was a little bit,
You?
And
you were you? Yeah.
Just a little bit. So I took it down, and then my wife said, "Put that photograph back up." I was like,
"Yes, dear."
Okay.
And then you went
and I just explained, and
then everybody clapped.
Everybody clapped, and I explained how I took the photograph, because I used a certain camera with a certain lens and certain settings, and then I don't want to say edited it in software, but I cleaned it up in software to make it more visible.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "That's a really good photograph. I like it."
All right, Dunabros says social media motto: if it's better than mine, it must be fake.
Has to be fake.
Yeah, absolutely.
That applies to everything.
Can't be better than me. That's impossible.
You stole that, and they're looking for watermarks. There's one in there somewhere. You didn't really do that.
Yeah, there's someone there.
Well, because we were told, including on the station and everywhere else, don't use a camera to look at the eclipse.
Yeah, because it'll fry you. So I had 2 ND filters on the front of my camera, They're pretty much, they're like, they'd be like sunglasses. That kind of, it's a dark filter. And I had 2 of those on just literally not to fry the sensor on my camera.
Yeah.
Because it can happen. So yeah, no, I got the photograph, and I enjoyed the eclipse. As I said, the last eclipse that I was parry to was in 1999. That was back in Europe, and it was cloudy, so we didn't see it. Place got a little bit darker than normal, and it wasn't a full eclipse. It was, I think, 35-40%. But to see an 83%, I think we had here.
Yeah. I was a homesick and didn't have glasses, so I couldn't look at it. I did go outside because I wanted to see if it had the same effect as the full eclipse. When the full eclipse happened in 2016, I think it was, all the animals and the bugs and everything just stopped.
Yeah.
In this case, they did not. So I was curious about that. If a nearly full eclipse would have the same effect as a full eclipse if you're in the woods by yourself, and it doesn't.
Or a total eclipse.
Yes.
Of the heart.
Of the heart.
Yeah.
Turn around.
Well,
bright eyes.
I don't. Yeah. No one in here has bright eyes.
No, because we're all smothered with allergies.
Exactly. So, Cameron, I know you got to watch it too. How do you compare it to the full?
Oh, the full one is a different beast entirely.
Yeah.
I mean, this one was cool, like to see like the difference in lighting and stuff. The leaves making a crescent shape and all that. As far as their shadows go. But,
shadows that was cool doing that. If you can do it with your fingers, you make a little hole.
Yeah.
Matthew is not powered down. He's researching.
No, I was looking at something.
Okay. Well, that's researching.
Yeah, researching.
Exactly.
Researching.
I mean, come on.
Got a text in 71307. Odie, I got some pretty good pictures of the eclipse without using any special filters or lenses. I just waited until the cloud cover was heavy enough where you could actually look at it. Jim, this just from Jim and Aisley. Don't be looking at it with the naked eye. That's just not. But he said it didn't bother you. But we do not condone looking at eclipses. But it doesn't matter because the next one is going to be
in an eclipse straight on. You're not going to feel it because there's no. Prisma Health did a press conference a few weeks back about it that I also covered. And
why do I get the feeling
there are no pain sensors in the back of your eye where you would actually be getting that permanent damage? So you will not feel the damage that you are getting, but you will notice it weeks down.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with Matthew doing his job.
Oh, no. But I just get the feeling that in a couple of days' time, it's going, hi, I'm Matthew Causey, sponsored by Prisma Health.
By the way, what's wrong with that?
Nothing. I wish I was sponsored by Prisma Health.
It's because Cody wants to carry gold.
I wish I had a sponsor. I could use some of that money.
I will drive a truck with Kerrygold plastered all along the side of it.
Kerrygold Irish butter, brought to you by Pappy.
Step away from the mic, Pappy.
Yeah.
No.
It was pretty loud. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to do something we haven't done in a while. We're going to talk Loch Ness Monster. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. Question is Matthew recently interviewed people about the Loch Ness Monster? Because that would just be awesome.
On Prisma Health.
So what is your experience with Nessie?
Last week.
You said you were in a relationship with her.
So I was speaking with a paleontologist from Prisma Health.
I didn't realize that Prisma Health went into that venture.
No, what? We're not doing the one thing yet.
All right.
No, we're just talking Loch Ness Monster.
Okay.
It doesn't have an intro.
You want to do an interview with the Loch Ness Monster?
No.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
No.
Hey, Chris, when is the next Squatch hunt? We need to be able to get going on that. Were you the point of contact, or was somebody
It's not
else?
Squatch season, man. Come on. It's only April. Don't do things out of season. It's Loch Ness Monster season.
I got a lot of this.
We've got a special viewer call in from Nessie herself. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Champ. Who the heck is who's Champ? How is Champ greater than Loch Ness?
Loch Ness. I actually met the Loch Ness Monster, and he's a pretty cool guy.
Hey.
Loch Ness is supposed to be a female from what we've heard.
Listen, stop being woke, okay?
We don't talk politics here, so you stop talking politics.
I'm just like, you woke up. Yes, it's morning time somewhere.
Just wake me up before you go.
Don't leave me hanging here like a yo-yo.
What do you think he was talking about?
Dancing tonight.
About the hanging there, like, I mean, what do you mean?
Like, if you have a yo-yo at the end of the string, it's just there. It's not going anywhere.
Okay.
It's like it could bounce back up. It could be moving, but no, it's just still for some reason. Right, Matthew?
What?
Exactly.
Uh-oh. I'd forgotten about that bit.
We didn't.
Jalapenos. No.
What? Well, she has a point. The yo-yo hangs at the end of the rope.
Lisa, please do not participate in this.
Lisa, participate all you want. We love you here at the Upstate
By
Pulse.
the way,
Do not fall for his
do
tricks.
not listen to him. Listen to me.
Producer. You need to listen to the producer.
All right. So here's the thing. When this show started, and I still consider this, there are no producers here. You keep trying to label
Who's the
yourself.
one producing the show?
You keep wanting to label yourself. There are no lesser people here.
No,
We're
I never
all
said there were
equal.
lesser.
Producers are lesser. You are not a producer. You are a co-host.
How are producers lesser?
You've worked here long enough to know
Yeah.
that that's the truth, right? That's why this is a safe space, if you will, from being labeled as such.
Oh, I need music.
Look,
I
there's
got
only
music.
one lesser person here, and it's probably me. Because I don't work.
Stop trying to be a victim.
I'm not. Look, that just means I have no responsibility. Or as Tommy Pickles would say, responsibilities. Viper Dave, it is our show coming up.
Don't do that. What are you doing?
What was that?
He said, "Long live the producers." I was like, "Yeah."
Are you fighting the power? I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a bad thing?
May thy knife.
Is that a bad thing?
We didn't see what you were doing. That was the thing.
Okay.
Oh, we were just asking.
Just fighting the power.
I saw what he was doing. That's why I said that.
Oh,
That's politics.
How?
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. You know, we've, for many years from the beginning of the show, for nearly a decade, we like to talk about the unexplained, I saw it. Those people.
I done saw with my own eyeballs.
I
I've
saw it.
seen it.
All right. After Loch Ness Monster hunters are doing this thing, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get help from NASA. And I don't think that's a bad thing. If you want help trying to find something, you pick an organization who might have a shot at finding it.
Yeah.
And they think NASA is it. Over 90 years of unsubstantiated Loch Ness Monster sightings, Scotland's Loch Ness Centre has turned to an unlikely source to aid them in their ongoing hunt for Nessie. NASA. We are hoping that Nessie hunters around the world will help us research the people at NASA. So what they're doing,
we can't even find it, lad. Well, you go and talk to NASA for Nessie, and then they'll help us find it with their rockets and their infrared beams. And they're going to zoom down and they're going to find Nessie. And she's going to be there and she's going to be making some haggis and playing on her bagpipes and, having a bit of fun. But the boys over in America, they can find her no bother at all, pal.
Okay, so what Uncle Scrooge just said is, NASA, we need your help.
Do you know, people have said that Americans can understand the Scottish accent better than they can understand the English accent. But yet, when I saw Trainspotting over here, it was in subtitles.
I
don't know why they're reaching out to NASA, the space organization,
Yes.
and not one of any of the many scientific organizations focused on oceanology and
Or
other
marine biology.
aquatic marine biology or
Because
other aquatic
it's not
stuff.
an ocean.
All right,
it's a
I'm
lake.
glad you
Oh my
asked
gosh.
that. The
Anything aquatic.
Amy Todd, the fine young
Aqua.
lady from the Loch Ness organization, says experts from NASA might have some advanced imaging technology to scan the loch. We would have to sit down and talk to them about how to get it here.
How can we?
got to get it from America over to the loch, and then just to aim it at the loch and find out. There have been 1,156 alleged sightings of the beast.
Yep,
they call it the beast. All right, so
wee beastie.
Here's the thing.
the loch has
Loch Ness is actually an alien.
it's an interdimensional being. Loch's 21.78 square mile surface. So it's pretty big. Have you been there?
Yeah, I fished on it. I fished on Loch Ness.
You fished on Loch Ness. What
Yes, I did.
what do you fish for on
Pike.
Loch Ness?
Pike. They'd be
Ooh.
like musky.
I know what pike look like. Those look like those would be kind of scary to bring in the boat.
Lake wolves.
Wouldn't the pole arm just like make a hole in the boat? It's a pike, right?
Yeah. No, not that kind of pike.
Oh, okay.
That's a military pike from back in 1242.
No, but pike have really big teeth, don't they?
Yes, they do, and I've got scars on my fingers from them.
How big are the teeth?
The pretty big.
So, is there any chance that the Loch Ness monster is just a really large pike?
No.
Okay.
Well, it was fun because there was 3 of us fishing, and every time we caught something, if it was a pretty big fish, like some of the fish we caught were up on 50 pounds. They were quite big, and every time
They were
one
quite
of us,
monsters. Weren't
yes, they were, and every time we caught one, I was like, uh-oh. And like it never got old for the entire day.
It's the same dumb joke.
Yep.
For 12 hours.
Yep.
So, does it get foggy out on the loch?
Didn't the day we were? It was really
Okay.
nice. It was a
I
beautiful
was
day.
just
actually.
curious if the fog had rolled in, there would have been a part of you that got just a little bit.
There was one stage where like we could see in the distance a little bit of a mist, and a piper was up on the hill and he was playing, and William Wallace came down to the water's
Yeah, I
edge
don't
to drink,
think that's really.
and we were
what
just a little
happened.
bit kind of like,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
Had you imbibed in any sort of substances
Well, I was
before?
gonna say, that's
Many,
to the loch?
many,
You
many
know what? That's
wonderful
just
substances.
proof there's an interdimensional door right there.
Well,
that
just as
could
you
take
know,
you forward and backwards in time.
Scotland is very famous for whiskey.
Is it really?
Apparently,
Okay.
they call it Scotch.
Oh,
There you go.
okay.
Mhm.
That kind of makes sense,
That makes
I
sense.
suppose.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
1 or 2 nippy sweeties were had at the end of the day.
So since you spent some time
Mm.
in the Loch Ness area,
Yes.
do you believe that people there really believe?
I believe that they know how much revenue is generated by Nessie, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. That's what. So you didn't go down and just happen to be at a pub or whatever they call it in Scotland,
Oh, I was,
and there just happened to be some guy who's been there for 75 years and has 3 teeth in his
Yeah.
head, and he recounts.
That was the guy at the end of the bar. His name was Och Jimmy.
yeah, good old
Yeah,
Och
his
Jimmy.
name
was Och Jimmy.
Och Jimmy.
You go down and
He
say,
used to be Jimmy, but once he hit 65, he's Och Jimmy.
yeah. Well, I went down and I said, sorry, is your name Jimmy? Och, it is. I was like, all right, have you ever seen the monster? He says, och, many a time when I'm going home from the pub, I'd have a few nippy sweeties in me and I might see the monster. So yeah, he's seen it quite, quite a bit.
Just opens up with "och" every time.
Every time.
Do they have like souvenir shops where you can buy?
yeah.
Do they really?
There's the wee town. I cannot remember the wee town that's beside it, and just every maybe 4th or 5th store along is like the place is full of tourists, Germans and Americans and Irish people. And
I'd be
All right.
surprised if it wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know what the going price should be for like a miniature Loch Ness, but, is it
there was-
overpriced?
of course,
I mean,
but there was so many. Like there was like tiny little, and then big dolls, big teddy bears, and there was like carvings and
do
you
they
name it, you
have
could've got it.
have like the like the rubber duck things or something that you can swim in? Did they have those in that shape?
They probably did, but you wouldn't want to because Loch Ness is cold.
Is it cold?
Yeah,
Is it really cold?
it is really
Well,
cold.
what if you're a fan of ice baths?
Well, then you got to tell somebody about it. That's the thing with
So
people that run
does it ever
marathons,
warm up?
It gets. I mean, you can get into it,
Okay.
but it's cold. It is
Alright.
cold. But that's the thing, like you're saying about ice baths, is like you can always tell somebody that runs marathons, is a vegan, and takes ice baths because they'll tell you about it.
That's fair.
There you
They
go.
will.
Yeah, I think you got to. Chris says my dad was born in Glasgow and he didn't believe it.
Probably did.
You know, most times, I don't believe that. And then the distant sound of Nessie as you're going to sleep, you know, it's like a lullaby.
It is. It's like when the leprechauns come to my house and they play their fiddles out my back door, and it just lulls me off into a lovely little sleep.
I don't know what that means that you're on the Squatch. Let's take a break.
Okay.
Chris is on the Squatch. What's that mean?
Well, I mean, you can be on the Squatch.
I don't know. On the other hand, am I all in on the? Okay, I don't know, man. You are listening to
don't use poison ivy.
Yeah, because that would be itchy. You're
Chinese flag or Japanese flag.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Stop with your politics. You're listening to
how is that
Upstate
politics?
Pulse right here.
A Japanese flag is not politics.
I will correct you in a moment.
News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. Let's talk about the Japanese flag. Let's talk about the Chinese flag. You said the Chinese flag.
I said Chinese by accident. It's because I have a hankering for Chinese food. Oh man.
All right, when we come back, let us talk about X-Men and Fallout.
Okay.
We'll talk about Fallout first.
You know, I just need a head of lettuce.
What? For what?
Because you always emphasize that so much. Let us.
What are you gonna do every day, Mrs. Lettuce? Just hold up your head of lettuce.
Yeah, it's a dumb thing. Just like whenever you say tree, I just want to have a picture of a tree.
Do it. The Sasquatch is
It's
real.
like-
They're all real.
There's this really dumb joke which I felt like went over pretty well when I was
Sorry,
streaming
I get it now. Squatch.
when I was streaming from home, where Tim kept forgetting to put me in queue, so I couldn't talk. So at one point, I just drew like this very emphasized queue, and I just like went like this.
Yeah, but I still had to point it out to him.
Yes.
Still like, look at the screen.
That was truly a bro moment.
There was multiple bro moments. I was so glad when I got to get in here.
Oh,
Duna Bros, we're only one episode in, so we're only going to talk about episode 1. All right, we're just talking about episode 1 because that's a show that Cameron and I could have binged all 8, and I just like, now let's just do 1.
Watch episode 2 tonight when you get home.
Nope.
Okay.
UFC 300's on, so
Oh.
so no, I'm gonna go watch people fight.
Let them fight.
Watch it after UFC 3.
Do you know when that would be over?
I don't care.
It'd be like 2 a.m. No,
Yeah.
so the answer to that would be no.
You
How
know,
about
when you're trying to make
Maybe tomorrow.
I wanna settle down until tomorrow. I'll just keep moving on.
Yeah, we saw it when it came out, Chris. Cameron and I did.
This pollen is doing something to me, man. I'm not gonna say.
is there like a musical in your head right now?
Slip it. My
I
brain
know that
is
feeling.
my brain is being compressed.
Putting the squeeze on Odie.
It is. Well,
Trey says I heard that the water is much more denser and darker than normal lake water.
it's darker, all right. Definitely darker.
I mean, if you put it in a
No, it's a
jar,
black
it looks
lake.
darker.
Yeah, it looks.
Okay.
It's
All right.
I need
It's
a
got a
sample
dark
of that
tinge.
water.
There's Bigfoot squatch in the woods. Yeah, he
This
does.
big what?
There's big.
You didn't say that right. I don't
There's
think.
Bigfoot squatch in the woods.
He did. He
Oh,
just said it really fast, but it
Okay,
did
okay.
sound like something else. Yes.
The feeling in my brain is very akin to a European city that I visited.
Ah, yes.
Ach?
Ah, Matthew.
yep.
Ah,
Ack.
I figured.
Yeah.
Think I'm gonna get a haircut. Not now, maybe tonight.
You know, it's so long, you hippie.
It is long. Longer than it's been in quite a while.
You don't like having the tuber on your head, man?
What?
Tube.
Two?
You know, like a tube wave. Like I caught my first tube today, sir.
Oh, you went into a gnarly tube, man. I mean, I was just there and I whop out. That wave was like, whoa. I was like, whoa.
Whoa.
Can you surf on the Loch Ness?
No. Can windsurf on Loch Ness?
Can you?
Yeah. Most biggest. I've windsurfed on Lake Hartwell.
He's broing somewhere, Chris.
Yeah, bro.
You know, like sometimes
Okay.
you look at the clock and
Yeah.
you realize that like an entire hour has gone by.
Sometimes.
Whoa.
And it has. And
That's so deep, man.
I know, right? And
It's like time keeps on slipping
Into
the future.
whoa, man.
You guys are weird.
Hey,
Welcome back into
sometimes-
the Upstate Pulse.
Sometimes you catch the wave, man, but sometimes that wave catches you, man.
It is true. It is very, very true. Sometimes that wave catches you. All right, couple of shows we want to talk about here, and we are going to spoil a little bit. So if you haven't seen X-Men 97, the latest episode, or if you haven't seen at least episode 1 of Fallout TV, then we might spoil you a little bit. Let us start with Fallout TV. All right, big fan of...
Is it called Fallout TV?
It's Fallout.
Oh, okay.
But
It's Fallout the TV.
But if
series.
I say TV, then you know I'm talking about the
okay.
TV show.
And not the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there are several games. And
Yeah.
big fan of Fallout 4. 76 got better as time went on. And then there was some incidents. Fallout 76, one of the few games that I really enjoy playing with other people, especially in my family.
When was 76 released?
2020.
Yeah.
Was it? I thought it was 21. Okay.
It was the last one that was released.
It was around there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think which, because I know I have one that I only played a little bit of.
all right, 76 is online. Fallout 4
No,
is not.
Fallout
So,
4. So
Yeah. So
Fallout 4 came out in 2017, 2018, around there.
2016.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Indiana, 2015.
I think it might have been 2015.
Yeah, it was November 2015, I think.
So it's been out for a little bit, and I know Cameron's favorite is Fallout New Vegas, right?
Yeah. I like
And
it.
a lot of people like Fallout 3. The first couple, I think, were what kind of games were they? They were
They're
not
isometric.
isometric.
RPGs, yeah.
I couldn't remember the.
So kind of in the same vein as like the original Diablo and
GTA.
and, yeah, GTA. Also, more like Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Okay.
The original Baldur's Gate 1 and 2.
Okay, all right. So there are a lot of staples in Fallout games as far as setting goes, when the bombs actually dropped, all that kind of thing. So when this show was coming out, I think a lot of people were concerned, okay, is this canon? Is this not canon? And from everything that I've read and understand, this is absolutely canon. And even in the first episode, there are things mentioned from some of the other games already. And the vaults themselves looked, well, Vault 33 looked really good.
It did.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, 30. Can we talk about 32?
We only saw a little bit of it in episode 1.
Yeah.
I know there's more in
No.
episode 2.
Well,
32, Vault 32, all the crops are dead and all this kind.
yeah, but I didn't think that the vaults were interconnected.
They're,
Some of them are.
yeah.
Okay.
And they're right next to each other. They open one door into the other door.
It's not a typical thing in the games. For
It's not.
and that's
It's
what
not.
that's what threw me a little bit when I
Yeah.
saw that.
Of course, it
30
doesn't mean that like just because you saw a couple vaults that
Most of them
secluded.
are all different.
All right. So if,
Yeah,
you,
and
if
that's
you've
the
never
thing as
played the game and you haven't watched the show yet, vaults are basically they're fallout shelters, but they're in the games and in the show, they're made for people to survive for a really long time
Mhm.
until the fallout from a nuclear war is to the point
dissipated.
where you can actually go up and live.
And like half of them were diabolical government experiments.
Yes.
Yeah, they were
And
human
there's some
experiments.
wild ones.
Every single
Gary?
game when you go and you find a secret passage or something
Yeah.
behind
Yeah.
the vault, you find out that everyone's being monitored and they're trying to see what would happen if this happens to all these people. So it's
there's some rough ones.
I really want to play it again because what was it? Vaults? Is it 74 or 75 or 76? There was one of them where they had everybody in it and they deliberately didn't put an overseer into it and they made them pick their own overseer. And if they didn't pick an overseer, then somebody would have been killed at the end. Or if they did pick an overseer, the person that was the overseer got to be overseer for 1 year, and they were killed at the end of that year.
Yeah, they got sacrificed every year.
Yeah, it's
except it turns out, and this isn't. I don't think this is a spoiler. I think this has been out quite a while. It turns out that if they didn't pick an overseer, it didn't matter. They didn't actually need an overseer, and nobody would have been killed.
I remember that one.
So when the people left the vault, there was only 4 people left at the end of the vault, or 5 people left at the end of the age of the vault. One person left, just got out, and
because there was a big rebellion or something. They just murdered each other.
They did. It was all, corruption, and
it's like, for as many comedic moments as there are in that series.
Oh, it's dark.
Lord, it's dark.
Well, I mean, it's always going to be dark.
All right, and the TV show is just as dark, and it starts out all nice and cheery, and as happens in Fallout games, it doesn't stay that way. So nuclear bombs fall, and it's been a couple hundred years in a vault, and it's some of the guns are exactly what I expected them to look like in real life, including it was the Junker. What was it?
Yeah, the Junker. Like, you called it out immediately.
Yeah. When dude got shot with a baby arm. Yeah,
a doll's baby arm.
A doll's baby arm.
Yeah, it was.
Be specific.
Yes.
There's something in the next one, and when you look at it, you go, "Huh, I didn't realize that they were like that." Because it's along the same line of the guns.
Gotcha. Well, also the stim pack.
Stim pack.
First episodes, like,
because all right.
Hurt.
So Cameron and I were watching this, and I never thought as many stim packs as I've used playing Fallout 4 for however long it's been out. You don't think
they
about
are a real thing.
Yeah.
It's just an adrenaline boost.
But I don't. When I played the game, I never thought about the fact that it would hurt every time you stim packed yourself.
Yeah.
Until I saw
yourself with a needle.
Until I saw her grab it, it's like, oh, wow, I'm going to think about that differently when I play the game in the future.
After I do like 20 in a row because of my
yeah, exactly.
I will say, episode 1 did not grab me. It actually took me a lot of thinking about it to make myself watch episode 2. Watching episode 1, I was like, I get all the references. Everything is good. Everything is there. But, and then I watched episode 2 and I was like, oh, okay, here we go.
All right, I got to say, I like Lucy. I think she's good. I love the ghoul. I mean, because Walter Coggin's good in anything he's in, but he is excellent in this as that. There is and I've only watched one episode, a little bit of CGI problems in the dark, I thought, but once he came out into the light, he looked so much better. The makeup was better. And then there's Maximus and
the
power armor looks good. And
that little story, it's a very short story, but no, not his story, but just Well,
and you don't know, did he do it or did someone else do it? I was talking about the shoe. About the shoe. Does it come out in 2? Do you find out? Okay. Well, anyway,
I ain't saying it.
I don't think he did it, but we'll find out. So if you haven't watched it, check it out. It's pretty cool. All right, another big hour coming up, and we are going to do some things that make you feel old. Ask Odie, and tell you who else is safe from the Nerf wall. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. The thing is, Duna Bros, do you need to be? I mean, because the Brotherhood of Steel are not good guys. They're just not. I mean,
they're more
here's what
neutral.
They're zealots to a degree.
Here's the thing: they originally were.
Yeah,
literally religious zealots.
It depends on which sect you run into, because there's some that are more fanatical than others.
That's also true.
Yeah,
well, this one definitely is religious because of.
Well, here's the thing: like in 3, they're the good guys for the most part because they're fighting against.
I love the Brotherhood of Steel.
I think they're good guys, but
I could see someone else has a different.
That seems like sarcasm to me. I don't know.
I think Fallout 3.
I don't think I've worked with Matthew long enough to read.
Like it's a standard Bethesda RPG. Whatever, it's fine. But for Fallout and for the amazing world building that the original Fallout games had, Fallout 3 is just no. It just spits in the face of a lot of the great world building.
Well, my first Fallout game was 4, and then I tried to go back and play 3, but because of the graphics and everything for 4, I couldn't handle 3.
That's why
Like,
I didn't play
I
a
still
lot
like New Vegas
of 4
better.
because of the
Vegas is
graphics.
fantastic, yeah.
I thought they
Yeah,
were too
because it
good.
gives you so many choices.
4's graphics were much better than
They're
3.
amazing, yeah. But I thought
3
they were
was
too
my
good.
first one,
And it
so
took me a long time to
it
get
has
into it.
76's graphics are really good too,
Place of my art. I still need to play
which
one
it should
and
be
two,
because it's a
which
newer one.
I
I don't think
have.
I've ever
on
played
Steam.
76
you
is
said
fun.
That's only online. Is it?
Well, no, you can buy it's online, but if you had Game Pass, you could get it. For
Listen to some
free.
clips of like some of the main
No,
bad
but
guys
it's just
from there,
is
and the
it
voice
just an
acting
online
is so
game or is
good.
there a story?
Oh yeah.
There's stories, yeah, but you have to be online to play it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's some really cool locales, and there's Mothman. And the first time Mothman kept showing up, and Cameron and Raven kept seeing it. And I didn't see it. I'm like, where was it?
right there.
Like it was right there. It would show up. They would see it. I would look to where it was supposed to be, and it wasn't there.
He thought we were making it
I was
up.
like, you guys are making it up. It is not the Mothman out there.
They were
and-
just walking by, and he was like behind a gate.
Yeah. Then
we
we
finally saw him.
then we walked. It was like a cemetery or something.
Yeah,
We walked by, and there he was. It was like, oh my.
and then he attacked
man.
us.
Yeah. And then we're fighting it.
He
and-
attacked you.
Yeah. And we're fighting the thing. We're getting our butts handed to us, and this guy walks over and helps us beat us. You know, you're not a high enough level to be over here. And it's like, shut up, man. That's the fun
We
of
do
it.
what we want.
That's the fun of it. So we're going to die. I mean, it's a
Yeah, but
game.
do you
Well,
if
Some
you're
of us will die.
if you're not leveled
Whatever.
up enough, right? If you're not
I'm
leveled
just
up
recounting
enough
what
to
happens.
go into a certain area and you die, do you go back away to respawn or do you respawn where you die?
Oh, I can't quite remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
I think you might respawn.
Oh, you
wherever
lose
you're-
your stuff if you don't.
Yeah.
Because Raven lost all our stuff during the incident.
lose your
No, see,
junk.
there's something, right? I think that when you're just say if it goes up to level 100, okay? If you're at level 10, level 15 or whatever, when you die, I don't think you should lose your stuff.
Well, some games have.
Yeah,
like,
and this you don't lose your
crazy-
stuff. You just got to make it back to where your stuff was and pick it up.
But it's
Also,
probably gone by then.
it's not like your guns or anything like that. It's just your junk.
Yeah,
Oh,
It's just
yeah.
your,
In this case, you keep all your main stuff. You can also build houses and do a bunch of stuff like that and have good bases. It's
So that's something I don't like, and I didn't like it about Fallout 4 that you have a base, you have your own, and you kind of have to upkeep and maintenance. I just want to go around killing people.
what do you need the maintenance for?
Well, you had to the upkeep of your you had to build walls around it, and you had to.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
I think that's why it didn't really grab.
well,
pull me into it.
you just need to get mods. You get mods, and you can.
They're there, yeah.
and you can build big gates and fences and all kinds of stuff with the mods.
I don't know. Maybe when I get my man cave finished up, I'll do it.
And then we had the great Yagwai incident of what year was it?
Of 2020,
Where we believe the devs decided we're just going to keep dropping Yagwais on these guys.
and it just never
It's-
stopped.
dude, it was
Yagwai.
there's like giant bear
The
type
mutant
things.
bears.
Oh, yeah.
We're just walking along like this mountain pass thing, and then suddenly they start showing up, and we're killing them, and they just keep coming. I mean, and we think we got them all, and then here comes more, and it's like,
Just
Watch-
wave after wave of Yagwai.
yeah, it was-
Watch the second episode. Oh, that's the idea.
we were there was some yelling. I usually don't do that much. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, there's another one. And Raven was just kidding. She's still upset she lost all her stuff.
What about where in one of the games where there's like 50,000 Night Stalkers or whatever they're called?
Oh, Death Claws.
Dead Claws, like about 25 of them coming at you at one time. Good night.
Well, it is a good night for you.
Yeah.
whenever that happens.
You're done.
Let's find a high cliff. Just hope they don't.
My
climb.
favorite mod on Fallout 4 is a Terminator mod.
Was there a Terminator mod?
There's a Terminator mod, and your wife. So you wake up and your wife is dead in the frozen chamber. She shows up in your where you're at. Suddenly she walks up. Oh my God, honey, you're alive! And she's actually a T-1000 or whatever. She's a Terminator, and you cannot kill her. I mean, I built up.
It's kind of ringing the bell. It's been a long time since
So
I
in Fallout 4, you are put in.
Cryostasis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they kill your wife while you're in there.
Oh, and you
Yeah.
watch that happen just before you get frozen. Yeah.
Well, and with this mod, she shows up. And she's you're like, it's not really her. And then later on, you actually find the Arnold Terminator, and he will become your
he becomes your buddy,
companion.
your ally.
Yeah, and will help you fight her.
He helps you fight her.
I mean, I would go like all the way across the map and be there and be doing something, and suddenly, honey, it's like no, and everything's trying to kill it, and you just can't kill it.
Well, I mean, if you can't kill it, you can't kill it.
Oh no, it was.
There's 100 laser turrets trying to destroy it.
Still wouldn't kill it. Welcome into hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse, Lonzo, along with Odie and Cameron and Matthew. And we're having fun on Saturday night. If you want to be a part of the show, text line is 71307, or you can check us out live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or X at either Upstate Pulse or 98.9 WORD. There's, Cameron and I, took a trip over to Borderlands Comics and Games today, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive. They just happen to be our sponsor, and they're awesome. And I'm sure that Rob Young from Borderlands Comics and Games is probably like in the mountains resting right now, because I think that's usually where he goes after South Carolina Comic-Con.
He must adjourn.
Yeah, and he deserves it. He goes and takes a rest, because it's a big undertaking for him and for all the people who work at Borderlands, and as well as all the volunteers that help put the thing on. And it looks like it's back to where it was before COVID, and so happy about that. But went to Borderlands today, and it was hopping. Ton of people over there. Some people playing. They have gaming tables, so you can go back and play some Dungeons and Dragons or things like that. I went over to get a couple comics and found a Vampire Nightwing. I'm pretty from DC's Vampires, because DC has a vampire series, and they have an undead series. And,
DC's Deceased.
Yeah, and so found that, didn't even know it existed. Pretty cool. Got that. It's in the office in there. And so if you are looking for comic books or pop figures or statues or D&D stuff or vintage video games or board games, check out Borderlands Comics and Games, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive, open 7 days a week. And when you're over there, make sure you tell them that that Cameron and I sent you. Don't tell them.
I'm still done there.
No, because you guys were. You're over there. You're not paying attention. It's just.
Well, I was looking over at Matthew, because Matthew's doing the Matthew flick, where that luscious hair that he has coming down over his face, he flicks it back away.
Yeah, well, I can't look at it while I'm talking.
He can't help
wearing
it because
headphones really messes with my hair and splits it apart.
I'm just jealous
really
because
bad.
I'm just jealous because I cannot grow my
that.
hair like that anymore.
Well, you could at one time.
I could. I used to have. I had hair longer than yours at one
Okay.
stage. I just can't grow it anymore because of male pattern baldness.
Yeah, well, it happens.
My hairline is receding ever so slightly, because when my hair gets long, it starts to curl and flip up and things like that. And I've noticed it happening a bit more specifically on the corner over here.
This bit here?
This bit up here. So, which means that it's longer, even though it's down to the same length it usually is, it's longer because it's starting from further back a little bit. So,
you know what's going to happen? You're going to have to do the newsman part here pretty soon. You don't want to.
No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find
look like the other guys in the newsroom
options, and I'm going to do that because I don't.
There is a certain part that everybody in the newsroom has except for Matthew.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know. No, Rob Jones may not have it yet, but it's working its way.
They'll start making their way towards Matthew. One of us.
Yeah, come on.
I'm just curious.
They will present him with the golden comb. So he can move.
Golden comb. But I'm just curious though, if you were properly losing your hair like I am, would you take it all off, or would you get plugs?
I think I would look really bad bald, so I would figure out something else. I would just figure out other hairstyles.
Like whatever anybody wants to do. If you want to go and get a hair transplant, do it. Go for it. Get it done.
Just wear a hat.
Or just wear a hat. But no, like, I mean, it used to be like, oh, he's wearing a wig, or oh, he's got hair plugs or something. Do it. Get it done. If girls
my wig looks beautiful every day.
It does. No. Yesterday, I commented on the show, you had it on backwards.
Yeah, well, no, I didn't, because if I did, you wouldn't be able to see my face.
You had it backwards, and you had it
might have been a little crooked.
Yeah.
I was about to say, in that case, you just because
Tuna Bro says coming up from your back. I could probably do that because I'm a very hairy man. Yeah.
Why'd you say it like that?
Because when you're a hairy man, you gotta talk like I'm a hairy man.
I don't like it. Stop it.
Now, hold on. Is it that you don't like your dad saying that, or if I was saying, I am a hairy man too?
No,
I've got
there's a difference.
we can tell you're not. I mean, it's
See the bit that's there, the little chest hairs?
Yeah.
My son grabs them and I can tell you it's hairy. Grabs. He just thinks that my hair on my chest can support his entire body weight. He's like, Daddy, look at this.
And it can, right?
Oh.
It can.
No, it can't.
All right. You know what? This reminds me.
No, because he doesn't grab one or two. He'll grab a handful and he'll just sit there. Like normally if we're watching TV or something, like little kid, they like to be, sitting on your lap or cuddled, or you'll have an arm around him or something. And he'll just turn for comfort and he'll just grab on. He'll put his hand on my chest and he'll just grab onto one of the hairs through my t-shirt, coming up the top of the t-shirt. And he's just like,
By the way, I understand that experience.
Yep.
Yeah, I know all about that.
I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. But when he's about 18 or 19, there's two things I'm going to do. There's two things I'm definitely, and I've said it to my wife and she said, don't do it. At about 4:00 some morning, for no reason, I'm going to come running into his room and go, Lachlan, wake up! And then I'm going to run out again. And then someday when he's just maybe cooking or doing something, I'm just going to walk up, stand beside him. I'm going to grab a handful of chest hairs and just pull them, and I'm going to walk away.
Listen, it's the right passage.
It is a rite of passage.
There's a certain way you wake your children up that they absolutely love, right, Cameron?
Yes, buckets of water are always fun.
Yeah, that never happened.
I know. I want
just loud music and my normal. I am a morning person, and
No, he sings. He would, on weekends, he would blast music and just start singing at the top of his lungs. No, and I wake up and my eyes just slowly open, and I'm just feeling a rage boil deep down from within.
So what Lachlan is, he's taken to do lately, like if he jumps into bed with us in the morning, which is great, and I love it, he'll decide when he's wanting to wake up, when he's ready to wake up, we need to be awake as well. But he doesn't know, to his mama, lovingly. He will come up beside her and he'll just like really like gently like caress her face. Mama, 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 mama. And she'll wake up. And to me, Daddy!
That's how it's supposed to be.
It's a slap right on the forehead.
By the way, apologies to anyone who was driving right there and thought maybe you hit something.
A tire blew out.
Yeah, I just
or that squirrel.
He just gets me. He just a perfect slap right on the forehead. And then he just look at me with this, like this loving look. He's like, "Morning, Daddy." Like, you little.
You know what hurts more than a smack on the forehead?
Go on.
It's a bunch of Nerf on the forehead.
A bunch of. It doesn't matter because I'm going to be wearing my full body armor next week.
No one said it was you. The next person who is safe from the Nerf wall is My Little Boy.
Yay! I'll take it.
No, you can just get out.
Yeah. So a couple people who we have not declared safe yet. Actually, only one person in this room has been declared safe. So there's that.
And the only person that we wanted to not be safe was declared safe.
Yes.
Well, immediately.
So it's either me or you. And you're actually safe because you got hit the last time.
I can also face the wall.
Yeah.
You don't count. Well, you do, but you don't.
I have faced the wall more than anyone.
Pretty hard today.
Yeah.
Huh?
Stop all the hawking.
I'm having
if the house is a hawking. Don't bother knocking.
If the house is hawking, put on the spuds. On the text line it says, Odie, you're married. You don't need hair. Like fair enough.
Well, that's a really good point. Really.
Well, the other thing is
some women are really into bald men. So
well, you might see it soon enough. You might. I don't know.
I think
here's the thing. If I end up losing all my hair, I will just start dressing like Raymond Reddington from Blacklist. That's the goal.
No, sorry, I don't.
It's fine.
To the Googleator I go.
I'm gonna keep my hair.
There you go. See, that's a good goal.
That's my plan too.
Yeah, you should decide to do that for sure.
Where are you going to keep it?
On my head.
Yes.
I'm going to keep mine in the little jar.
Yeah.
Here's this wig I have of my own hair.
All right, we need to take a break.
Hold on.
Before we do, I just want to say really quick.
Oh, I found Raymond Reddington.
X-Men latest episode. They're not dead, people. I know you're thinking, oh, they're dead. They're dead. Cable's a time traveler.
They are for right now.
Cable's a time traveler. The next episode, all of them's going to be alive. and all your tears will be for naught. Listen to me, hear me, for naught.
It still hurt to begin with.
Okay.
4 knots.
Yeah,
I normally do 3. It's tight enough.
I was gonna say, got some knots for you.
Got some nuts.
Got some
garlic
knots
knots?
for you. Yes, garlic knot. He is not dead, Dave. You'll see. He's not dead. He is not dead. All right, you're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9
Elvis
WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. All right, I want you to come back with the things that make you go, oh. Okay. It done got dark outside. Daggum. It's on Disney. Dinner Bros. X-Men 97.
What did you say it was called again? Things that, yeah.
There's actually a close to it also that you play when we're done.
Oh.
Which should be like right next to it. If we don't get to the close, we don't get to the close, but the close is kind of cool too. And then check the end of the next break, not this break, but the next break, and see if the one spot is in there. If it's not, then play the other one coming out of the break.
Announces the arrival of National Medical Director Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, an acclaimed orthopedic surgeon with 2 decades of experience. Yeah,
I would never do such thing, Trey.
It has,
because I work for LexCorp.
Can I can preview them, can't I? Because they all have it doesn't have the thing on it. Diamonds Direct.
Yeah.
This one here, Odyssey Audio Network. Could that be it?
Because if you hear it, then we'll just move it.
Today, Dr. Scheinkup
If it's that spot and it starts playing,
oh yeah.
Then you can just take the other one out. So.
What we are doing at QC Kinetics is transforming lives. Get lasting joint pain relief. Call QC Kinetics now for your.
Yep, that'll do it, Trey.
This is the future of medicine. Call QC Kinetics.
You know, my boss said something about that, and I just nodded. He stated he was a little jealous of my hair and somebody else's hair. I'm just like,
and my boss makes jokes like, "Yeah, I got another brush for my birthday." I mean, which I think is hilarious.
Of course, the thing with my boss is like his hat game is just immaculate. Like every hat works for him that he chooses.
If our boss had hair, he'd be less intimidating. So, I mean, I think he knows that.
It's the shine that does it.
Oh no, it's the perfect tan. I don't know what you're talking about. It's an amazing tan. I mean,
they can both be tan and shiny.
Yes, and it's not spray tan or anything. It's all au natural.
So I'm pretty sure I passed him up on the road earlier.
No,
week.
Dinner Bros, I wasn't there Sunday, buddy. Sorry. I mean, you could have walked up to the guy and said, "Hey, Odie."
We were there. We were over there by the cosplay contest.
Yeah, we were there. Cameron and I had to split up though because my granddaughter came and I walked around with them partway through the contest.
I kind of wish you did though. It would have been funny. Oh, hey, Odie, how are you, man? Oh no,
I was faking the throw.
Yeah. Huh?
I was faking the throw.
Okay. I was looking. I was like,
"You got me for a second."
Speaking about hair loss,
look at the cart number. It's playing right now. What's it look like?
Oh, okay.
Doesn't look like the other one.
No, it's not.
Okay, so you're good.
It's 3229, so that's obviously the same for.
I would have hand hugged you briefly, as long as you didn't do the cover. If you did the cover, that would have been weird.
Mm-hmm.
No, because the next one is 3225. And they're not going to play the 2 in 1 hour.
Right.
No.
No, man, can't do that, Chris. That's the wrong intro.
Oh.
I never said that. I said.
I thought it was that one.
No.
Technical difficulties here on the Upstate Pulse.
It should be.
That's how I was last Saturday.
All right.
No, that's the outro. That's not the intro.
We're having a fun time here.
I got it. I'll throw it in. Go on, you get it.
The Upstate Pulse presents
Things that make you feel old.
All right, I'm not going to leave you on that because it's probably should have listened to it earlier. But I know I try to stop you from doing such things.
I know, but the one that says it, I was looking at it, goes, it's things that, and I'm like, well, that has to be things that make you feel old.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even remember that intro. You can get rid of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, you can go ahead and get rid of it. All right, so we haven't done this in a while. Usually what we do is like a song came out at this time or something like that. But here, first of all, the thing that makes me feel old is a Michael J. Fox. So, and there's a Michael J. Fox story out right now. And Michael J. Fox does not like new actors. He thinks that they're not very good, which is something that, so Michael J. Fox sounding like an old man makes me feel like an old man. And here's what he said. We used to bust our our acting muscles and watch other actors and sit around with other actors and talk about acting and talk about it. So we're actors and we're sitting around talking about acting. I love your acting, Odie.
That's some good acting I done.
You did some amazing acting. Matthew, your acting is acting.
Thanks, man.
Cameron, your acting is beyond acting. It is acting.
Why, thank you.
Okay.
You're rather actorial.
Yes, he says.
I went to Juilliard.
And now.
You guys are pretty cool.
He says, and now you've got people who just go like, who's your sweater? What's your sweater you're wearing? And what's that dance step? And you're the most famous person in the world. This is Michael J. Fox talking, by the way.
Yeah, but you know, he was in the best movie trilogy ever.
Yeah.
So
he was.
I'm going to give him this. I'm going to let him have this one. He can have his rant.
He says it's a funny feeling when you're that famous. And it's beyond just being on the cover of magazines. It's like you go to a restaurant and like they pull the best table out of their butts.
How did he get a table up there?
I don't know.
Okay.
And would you want to sit on it
Not really.
or eat off of it?
A little bit, you know.
It's a cavernous pocket.
Michael J. Fox continues. There's an expression I referred to when they gave me an honorary Academy Award. Somebody said to me the day before they were talking about getting this award and being famous, and they say, you're 80s famous. I thought, wow, that's cool. 80s famous, right? We were different.
Yes, we were. I'm a child of the 80s.
He says, we were tougher. We didn't have social media. We didn't have any of that crap. We were just famous, left to our own resources. And it was an amazing time.
But that's the thing. It's
He's such an old man.
Yeah, it's
such an old man.
Yeah, but he is an old man.
But if you were like me, watching him when he was a kid, and now he's an old man, that will definitely make you feel old.
Yeah. Do you know what makes me feel old is when I was watching Back to the Future 2 when I was a kid and I was looking, it was like, it's set in the year 2015.
I still never watched part 2. I've seen 1 and 3.
I know 2.
I will never watch 2 because
2 is good. I enjoyed it.
Because I haven't. And so now it's a thing.
Yeah.
You know.
But he was saying it was set in the year 2015. And I remember as a kid watching it in 1987, 88, 89, 90, because I watch it all the time. I remember looking and going, I'm going to be so old when that comes out. I'm going to be 34. That's ancient. And here I am, pretty much 10 years later. I'm like, I'm not old. No, you go away with yourself. I'm not
19.
old. You were 19
when the date came in 2015 of when
October 25th.
October 25th.
Chris says, like the Frog Brothers, the greatest of the 80s, Edgar and Allan Frog.
No, I don't get that one.
You do.
No, I
you absolutely do. You know how I know you do?
One.
You and I were riding in my car and going to get some food, and a Lost Boys song came on, and you were singing it. Edgar and Allan Frog, the Frog Brothers, are from Lost Boys.
Ah, okay.
They were Sam's buddies, the ones who were the vampire hunters. Yes.
What's his name?
Corey Feldman and
Corey Taylor.
And no, that's I don't think he was born yet.
Was it not the two Corys? I think it was two.
No, Corey Taylor is like the lead singer of yeah.
What was the other Corey? There was the two Corys.
Haim.
Corey Haim.
Yeah.
Corey Taylor probably was born.
I don't know.
If only there was something I could go to.
Yeah, because the Lost Boys was out in 1985, I think.
Yeah, but I was born in 1981, and there's no way I'm older than Corey Taylor.
Well, look it up. You keep talking about that. I bet you are older than him. And these are things. You know what, Matthew? Is there anything that makes you feel old yet?
Oh, certainly.
What?
Sorry about that, Matthew. Corey Taylor is 50. He's 50.
All right. Viper Dave wants to know which Corey had sleepovers with MJ. That was Feldman.
Stop.
And Feldman has said nothing happened with Michael Jackson, but with other people it did. That's one of the reasons why Corey Haim is no longer with us. Because he OD'd. They both were passed around quite a bit. And I'm guessing maybe Joel Schumacher, because that guy looked really weird. And then he ruined Batman.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Cameron, anything that makes you feel old?
Just in general? Or
you are presently 30. What makes you feel old? I don't remember how old Matthew is, so I can't do that.
He's 27.
27, okay. And Odie's like, what, 43?
43.
Yeah.
Do you know what makes me feel old? I can show you what makes me feel old.
No, I don't want to see it.
No, watch. No,
you put that.
No,
watch. That makes me
okay.
feel
All right.
Standing up. No,
just standing up.
Stood up.
Just
honestly.
standing up makes me feel
old. We
old.
all panicked.
All right, text line 71307. I think we all feel like we're still youthful and still young to a degree, but what makes you feel old? 71307, or let us know on the stream on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or X.
Home ownership is my answer.
All right, Dave says playing my Dreamcast makes me feel old, and realizing my kid is now of legal drinking age. Yeah, that would do that.
Yeah, imagine how I feel.
Because I mentioned Cameron's 30. That's my kid right there. So, I mean, yeah, it
imagine how
makes you feel old.
Like people from Ireland feel, because drinking age is 18 over there. So we feel older quicker.
Also, if it makes you feel old, Dad, I'm on an advisory committee.
Yeah, well, all
Who
right.
trusts you on an advisory?
That just makes me feel like lesser of a person.
I don't know.
Rainbow Tech, apparently.
Yes.
Yes. On the text line 71307, we had metal hair in the 80s. You still have your metal hair.
Rock and roll, dude.
You'd be more metal with that.
Still rock and roll.
Yeah, it is, but it's a genre.
Yeah, I was never really metal. In the 80s, I had a spiked mullet.
Was it acceptable in the 80s?
It was a spiked mullet.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and I had bangs.
What's a spiked mullet?
Okay, so my hair was spiked on top.
Okay.
I wanted bangs because no one else had
torture
them.
in the front and party in the back.
Yeah. And
what do you mean torture? Business in the front, baby.
No,
in this case, I had spikes.
Spiky business.
And
you can conduct business with spikes.
And I had this serious.
I'm aware of this.
Used a serious moose. So if I went head down, it was going to hurt you.
See, it's all a big circle. We were talking about Scotland and Hootsman. There was a moose loose about this.
I think Odie just broke. I think we need
a little bit.
We need to reset.
Loose about this.
There was a moose loose about this. That
sounds like Canadian. That doesn't sound like Loch Ness.
Scottish.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop trying to take us to the Canadian trap house.
They don't have moose in Scotland.
They do. They have wee little moose with long tails and small little legs and little tiny ears.
Scotland doesn't have mooses.
Scotland does not have
call
the
them
mooses.
You call them mouses. We call them mooses. There was a moose loose in those.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I didn't think.
Is there a hoose moose?
A hoose moose.
Well, you see, you could have a moose, a hoose, and loose. I think we broke Odie.
I hate this segment.
Yeah, Dunabro says try turning them off and back on. All right, so there actually is a close. There actually is a close. Do you want to try to play the close?
And that was
things that make you feel old, and you're not getting your ball back, you stinking kids.
All right, we're going to break. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
I'm so
confused. Kids graduating from high school. That will do it too, Mark. That'll definitely make you feel old.
By the way, Dimbaros, I can never turn anything off.
You meant turn an Odie off.
I know.
Yeah.
I can only do the opposite.
Yeah, baby.
Turn it on. Turn it on again.
I feel your contempt, but I don't care.
Let's come back with Roundtable. Who there? Who that? What day it be?
Get back in your coffin, Nosferatu.
No, I want to go home and watch Lost Boys and Goonies.
Thou shalt not. Do you know that there's a new Goonies coming out?
Hasn't that been a thing for a while?
Yeah, it has.
Apparently. The Curse of One-Eyed Willie or something like that?
I don't know when it's coming out. I've heard.
2025.
Which ain't this year.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't this year.
What?
Ain't this year.
No, ain't this year.
That's next year.
Next year.
Next year.
Fingers crossed, Spider-Verse 3 still comes out this year.
I still need to watch any of them. I've never watched any of them. I feel terrible.
Like, unironically, they're amazing.
I know they are. And everyone.
Oh, that's the first one. I haven't watched the second one yet. Watch Dune 1984. So you can see Kyle MacLachlan, the guy who's the dad on Fallout, as like the main guy.
Also, I never knew it
Dune.
was so satisfying to watch a guy get drowned in a barrel of pickles.
Oh, yeah. He killed that guy in a barrel of pickles.
I don't want a pickle.
First, you hit him with a shovel.
And plus,
Then
we
you
knew
drown.
right away, those are raiders. What are you doing? Don't marry the raider.
They have
Like-
scars.
Right
They have
on my
scars and tattoos. They're
motorcycle.
obviously bad people.
I didn't know they were Raiders.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
raiders.
right away.
Yeah, we all picked up on. Or
Yeah.
me and him picked.
I didn't.
Yeah.
That's why you would have gotten taken by surprise, Odie.
I did.
Yeah.
That's why you need guys like us.
Odie would have been the little brother.
Yeah.
Hiding.
No, honestly, Odie would have been the guy with all the
Odie
guns.
would have had fun.
all the guns.
If Odie's maxed out in certain perks.
Okie dokie.
It's just like the bloody mess perk is.
That catchphrase, when she said it that time, I was just like, oh.
That's so cute. Yeah.
I
Okie
enjoyed it as
dokie.
well. It's like, oh.
Yeah. Well, since we haven't watched it all, by episode 8, she's probably pregnant with a Raider baby. So, I mean,
Raider baby. Raider baby.
although because of
Radiation.
because of the radiation, yeah, probably not.
Chris, have you become Fremen? You keep shouting, "Long live the
What
fighters."
color's your eyes? And the whites of your eyes? Are they still white?
Purple.
Did you know it's 8:30?
It is.
That's not it.
8:34, in fact.
Oh, man.
I was being general.
Dude, I recognize the guy's voice.
Yeah.
Put it in the last break.
Yeah.
We could just play it.
No.
Not now.
Yeah.
No, it's on there as well, man.
All right, just have it in 3. We may just play it anyway.
All right.
That's what my suggestion is.
All right.
All right, welcome into the roundtable. We got a lot of things to get to. We're going to try to squeeze things in here that should have been in other segments, but I want to start out with something that we normally would do, Ask Odie, but we didn't have a chance because we were busy with a bunch of other stuff. Odie went to the theater, and he's like, no, I didn't.
I went to the cinema.
He said he went to the cinema, but no, you went to the theater.
Well, I went to the movie theater.
There you go.
Yeah, but we call it a cinema.
Okay, is it called movie cinema there?
Well, no, we call it the films.
Okay, when you're looking up what time that you want to go see a movie in Ireland.
Yeah.
What's the name of the place that you're going to?
Cinema.
It's called cinema.
Yeah, cinema.
That's it. It's no other name, just cinema.
Cinema.
I remember when they were
That's
moving
not even
pictures.
just an Irish thing. That's just like a thing also.
Yeah, I
in
don't
the US in certain parts.
I don't believe it.
Unfortunately,
what is the name of the cinema that you went to? Which is what I was saying.
When I was a kid, we used to go to the Ritz.
And it was just called the Ritz.
The Ritz.
There's nothing else. Nothing else after.
No, just the Ritz.
Just the Ritz.
The Ritz Cinema.
You're blue,
So cinema was actually printed on the side of the building.
No, it was just on the building. It was the cinema. No, it was the Ritz. My brain hurt. Listen, I've got snot in my brain.
Yeah, me
it's
too.
Affecting everything.
Me too. I've never heard of it being called a cinema and actually be on the building.
Yeah.
And now you're saying that was it on the building? That's all I wanted to know. I mean,
it is because there's a brand of cinemas in Ireland called IMC Cinema, and it's IMC Cinema.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, you went to see the new Ghostbusters movie. What did you think about it?
Ghostbusters. I cried at the end because, well, it's Ghostbusters, and it's just like it's playing the music, and we are Ghostbusters.
This one not as good as the last one.
The last one had its great points. This one had its great points.
All right. I again, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
My opinion is the last one was better.
Okay.
This one, they tried to go directions they didn't need to. This one, it started out really good, and I think it kind of fizzled. And it's the opinion of a lot of people.
I enjoyed it. I brought my wife. We had a date night, and I brought my wife, and I said, "Well, what did you think of that?" And she said, "Yeah, that was a film." I was like, okay. She's not a huge fan of the Ghostbusters, but I think she enjoyed it as an entertaining way to spend an hour and 45 minutes or whatever it was.
I think it was 155. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Anyway, you got to spend time with your wife watching Ghostbusters. What is the difference between a theater and a cinema?
I think
the eye roll there.
The seats are bigger over here. And I went to Amstar in Anderson. I think it's Amstar 14 or wherever it is. But they have reclining. Every seat in the theater.
Oh,
is
they got one of those
seat.
in Anderson. Yeah, I love those. Those are
they're
awesome.
Really cool. But one thing, and like the food is nice and grand. But I've just got something to say, and I'm just going to stick it out there, and hope it doesn't get chopped off. The cost of everything at the theater, is ridiculous.
Now that's the only way that they make their money.
And I don't. But hear me out for a second.
I'm not saying
right?
that I like it or anything.
No, and the thing is, like they do great deals for vets and first responders and all that. They have $5 days and $5 snack days on Mondays, I think. But I think that the movie theater would sell out a lot more if the movies were a bit cheaper, because I think it'd be better to have 100 people paying $10 for a ticket than it is to have. So I think there was 15 people in there last night.
Theaters don't actually set those prices. Those are set by the studios that release the film.
No, and I get that, but the studios need to bring the prices down, and then more people are going to go watch the thing. Because of the way, only for the fact that it was a date night last night, and we wanted to have a date night, and actually went out. And, Lachlan's grandmom came over and minded him for a couple of hours, which was great. And we went out and we got food and we went to the movies. But like just for the two of us, and like we get a couple of things. We got some nachos and drinks. The nachos and drinks were like, I want to say $30.
Yeah.
It'd probably be about 25.
Yeah, I think
25 to 26.
I think it was in around there.
I'm not sure what Amstar charges.
I think it was give or take $30.
Your, size of drink.
But the other thing is everything is pre-packed. Like the nachos, it's in a pre-packed box. You had to open the box. You had to open the wee bag.
Okay,
that's not what the theater's about.
Well, that must be that particular theater.
Yeah, over at the one that we go to.
Yeah.
No, Regal does that as well. They just open it for you.
No, none of this was done for us. So we just handed the boxes, and we open the box, and then there's a bag inside it, and you empty the bag into the box, and then you open the cheese, and the cheese was warm, which is fair enough, but it was just kind of like, I'm paying you $30. You could do this for me.
So eating nachos at the cinema is a normal thing for you?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'd never ate nachos at the theater.
But we make sure.
What do Irish nachos look like?
Nachos? They look like Doritos. The triangles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you can have
what kind of toppings is what?
Either jalapenos and cheese, or jalapenos on their own, or cheese.
Okay.
and that's what you get. But it's on them. It's covering them. Like you don't get a separate.
Do you typically get meat?
Not in the cinema.
Okay.
And you can get a beer in cinemas over here. You can't get that in Ireland, which is very amazing.
Well, in certain theaters you can. In other
Certain theaters you can.
Yeah.
They had lap blankets. They were lap blankets because you know the way sometimes theaters are cold.
This is we don't have anything like that around here. I'm not willing to drive to Anderson for that.
Amstar, like I think,
are they
brands themselves as some fancy?
Yeah, that's not a normal theater.
No,
by the way,
you don't seem to be taken.
You wouldn't get that down the road at Hollywood or in Simpsonville at the IMAX.
And see, the thing is, I think there's another movie theater up in Anderson, if anybody can text me the name of it, up at I-85, up by the Cracker Barrel. There's a movie theater up there as well. And I think they've got big seats and I think it's nice, but I don't think it's as nice as Amsterdam. I'm not sure. I don't know.
All right. We were talking about Fallout earlier. Well, when the show dropped, some news dropped that a lot of people have been waiting for, especially me. They are finally going to do the upgrades for next-gen consoles. It drops on 425, including 60 FPS. There's going to be a bunch of other things that drop with it, and it's free upgrade, so you don't have to pay for it. And I am looking forward to playing the game again because that's one of my favorite games. That and Skyrim and Diablo and a couple things like that. They're Enclave Remnants is one of the things you're going to get with a bunch of Enclave stuff.
I can't wait for them to upgrade my PC version of Fallout 4 to a PC version of Fallout 4.
Which is exactly what they're doing, and including widescreen capabilities and a bunch of other stuff. And it says a lot about stability because apparently there was stability problems on PC. So
no,
well,
stability
you're doing that.
Problems in a Bethesda game. I can't believe that.
See, I've never had any problems with that. So
normally,
that's why it's news to me.
If I have a stability problem, I just like put a wedge of cardboard underneath it or something.
Well, that's because you're an engineer.
I don't think you should put that there.
They do. Yeah.
Actually, I was at an ATM yesterday, and there was an old lady. She was standing at the ATM and she was trying to use it, and I could see she was having a little bit of difficulty. And I just kind of, walked up. She was there for about 10 minutes, and I just kind of walked up and said, "Excuse me, ma'am, are you okay?" And she says, "Could you check my balance?" And I just gave her a little push. And she fell straight over.
So her balance definitely was a problem.
Was terrible.
Yeah, it was. It's a good Samaritan thing for you to do. Everyone appreciates that, I'm sure.
At the ATM checking her balance.
Did you help her up?
No.
Okay. All right.
But she didn't ask me to.
Well,
if
there
she
you
had
go.
asked me to, I would have helped her. But her balance was terrible.
If you helped her up, that might have been harassment.
Yeah.
You got to be careful with that sort of thing. Yeah.
See, what I'm doing is I'm thinking about jumping back on stage on Wednesday night for the comedy and the stand-ups, and I'm just a little bit kind of like,
okay, so you're practicing your set here.
Slightly.
Okay, all right.
I know that was terrible.
All right,
go on.
What is your late night go to when you're out? I'm talking about going to get food. Dude, stop it. So if you're out, it's like 11 p.m.
in Ireland or here.
Either.
In Ireland, I go to a Chippers. Now, I will translate everything. Don't worry. I will go to a Chippers, normally an Italian Chippers, and I will ask them for a 3-in-1 or a 2-in-1. 2-in-1 is curry sauce covered over chips that are actually French fries and smothered in cheese. And it is called a cheese curry sauce or a curry cheese chips. And that is my go-to. And I've made that here in America a few times because I've gotten a recipe for curry sauce. And that would be my go-to.
Okay, so how late are those?
Yes, you can.
How late are those restaurants open?
They stay open until about an hour after the nightclubs close at about 1 o'clock.
Okay, all right.
So until about 2.
All right, Chris says his go-to is QT. Yeah, because QT has a lot of food in there. A lot of people's go-to is Waffle House. So Waffle Houses in Ireland.
Waffle House.
Okay,
no,
all right.
Nothing is.
I'm surprised that Matthew's a fan of Waffle House.
Waffle House.
Why are you surprised by that?
We figured that it would be the antithesis.
The guy in his 20s who is only 6 years out of college, and you're surprised that he likes Waffle House?
Well, we figured
he wouldn't agree with you.
All right, you at Waffle House just didn't look like it would fit. That's all. I mean, now me, it looks like I'd basically live there, but you just don't look like you fit at a Waffle House.
No, I love Waffle House.
But what is your Waffle House go to? Is there one dish in particular that you walk in and you'd be like,
It depends on
Smothered, covered, chunked.
How hungry I am. No, I'm plain
with gravy.
But I'm always going to get a waffle. It's just a question of, am I just going to do a waffle? Going to do a waffle and hash browns, a waffle, hash browns, and sausage, or a full all-star?
Oh, go for the all-star.
It depends on how hungry I am.
You're an all-star. Get your game on.
I might play a little bit.
See, in Ohio, they have White Castles. And White Castles, I don't know if they still are, but they used to be open 24 hours a day.
Are they the guys with the little sliders?
Yeah. So the original. And so,
oh boy, White Castle.
Yeah. So we would go there and hang out like at 3 a.m. after we just went to midnight bowling, or we would go over to TJ's Country Ham House and have some breakfast like at 3 a.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
and that's like you got to ham that up a little.
White Castle is widely considered the worst fast food location in all of America.
According to who?
According to a lot of people.
Okay, a lot of people.
Yes. Well, one of those people is here, and he likes it.
Yeah, that was a Rob Brown generalization there. Way to go.
And that's the thing about living over here in America, is that there is so much that is 24 hours. Like we used to years ago, before the recession kicked in Ireland, there was one or two stores like Ingles, or we call them Tesco. Tesco is the supermarket of choice for a lot of people, and that was 24 hours, and you could go in 24 hours and get whatever you needed. Bars, they don't stay open 24 hours. We didn't really have diners like Waffle House. We didn't really have that. No, we kind of, if you wanted to get a good breakfast, there was designated breakfast restaurants, and a lot of the bars and pubs were restaurants in the morning time up until lunchtime. Then they kind of fizzle out into a proper bar. But you couldn't do that. Like I remember when I came over here first, there was one morning, and it was about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't sleep. And I was texting a few friends back in Ireland, and they were like, "Oh, sure, America's open 24/7. Just drive into town and see what happens." I ended up going bowling. I went into Denny's, and I was like, "This place is wide awake. Everything's happening." And the bowling alley was wide open.
We never sleep.
And and it's just it. But the thing is that we have that option to do that. That if at 4 o'clock in the morning you can't sleep, you just go on. Like when my son was born, my wife got a hankering for something at 3 o'clock in the morning. She was like, "Could you go get it for me?" I was like, "Yeah, no problem." Because I knew it would be open. I knew that area would be open. And I think it was the time when Walmart was 24/7 as well. And
yeah, COVID robbed us of a lot of that stuff. So
there's a lot to be said for things being open 24/7.
For
really
sure.
Is.
All right, we're going to take our final break. When we come back, we're going to hit the lightning round and squeeze in as many things as we possibly can in the last couple of minutes of the show. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of Carolinas.
Yes, Dave, I've seen a lot about that, of the American Tekken community wanting to get Waffle House as a stage in Tekken 8. It would be so funny.
But
I
saw that.
if it actually happens.
Didn't like one of the lead guys in Tekken just be like, "All right, why do you guys want this?" Like he was asking everyone, like on Twitter or something.
Chris, have you have my Facebook account, Chris, don't you? I want to talk to you about that.
You know, no one asked me mine. Mine is pizza.
IHOP is not as good as it used to be. Makes me sad.
We usually only go to IHOP once a year to remind us why we don't go to IHOP.
Yes, but I've reminded you several times.
And we haven't done that lately because Odie's like, no.
Let's go to IHOP next week.
He just won't go.
Right across the street.
See? He just won't go. That's really that's why we haven't done it.
The thing about IHOP and
that's the whole point. You go there because you know what you're going to feel like afterwards, and then you don't go for another year.
But you don't have to remind yourself if you know.
No. There's always a chance you go there and it's an excellent meal.
No, it's like it's like an abusive relationship you keep going back to.
I'm telling you.
You know it's
you may go over there and
face.
get a really good pancake.
No.
I'm going to go over there and get some French toast.
There you go.
Whatever it is, the oil is not going to agree with me.
I got my first bit of hate text. It's just funny. I know it's
Is it at least tasteful?
I like pancakes. Waffles are great. French toast. Oh yeah.
Second one and first one. Read the second one first. Oh, we coming back with the lightning round?
Yeah.
I think you take things way too seriously. I thought I was going to come around here and see something.
No.
This is, I mean,
What?
oh, you got I want to fight this guy.
By the way,
face.
I discovered there are like walk-by windows in downtown
He's
Greenville.
just joking around.
Like a drive-through, but like you just walk through.
Yeah.
Like you walk by it and just order. Yeah. It was interesting. It was a fun discovery for me.
It's interesting.
I remember one time at White Castles, it was like 3 a.m. and some guy robbed a place across the street, and then he was coming over towards where we were, and they're like, he's coming over here. And everybody was getting up and leaving. And I just hurried up and ate my food, and I got chastised for it. I'm like, I'm not gonna leave my food. And then the guy never came over there. Those guys getting ready to get up and leave their food.
Yeah, but I'm right with that. I mean, I can't talk about what he said. I'm not going to touch it, but
Nah, don't.
Well, we want to keep things positive anyway. So.
oh, it is positive. No, he just gave out to people about the joke that I said. Like,
Again,
funny.
I think you're taking it too seriously. Let it go.
I know.
Did you put that thing in there?
Yeah,
Spot?
it's there.
No, you can put it in the stack right there and let it play before lightning round.
Can I grab it out of here?
No. Remember, there's no rejoin because lightning round is the rejoin.
Oh yeah.
So you can get rid of the rejoin.
There is no rejoin.
Okay, I can't.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. No.
It looks yellow. So
okay. Where's the parody?
Okay. That makes sense. I don't drink coffee, but I get it.
Viper Dave, let it go.
He's singing the song.
Oh, is he?
So let it snow, let it go.
Let it go.
Can't hold it back anymore.
I'm going to put this in to let the good people hear this one.
The Mason-Dixon line, and you feel the need of guidance? Southern Psychics is certified reader standing by just for you. Give us a call on 1-900-BLESS-YOUR-HEART. That's 1-900-BLS-UHRT.
Howdy, Southern Psychics. My Aunt Myrtle just passed away, and she left her fortune buried in Duke's mayonnaise jars down by the creek over in Pickens Holler.
Hey, boy, let's look for the cigarette butts by the hollowed stump where Myrtle hit her shine. And, take a shovel.
Thank you, Southern Psychics. Come on, Betty June. We gonna see Bigfoot.
If you can't find your dog, your wife, or your job, or even the keys to your camper, then call Southern Psychics. That's 1-900-BLESS-YOUR-HEART. I repeat, 1-900-BLS-UHRT. We're not waiting on your call because we know it's coming.
The proceeding was parody courtesy of the Upstate Pulse. Not a real number, not a real product, not a real show. Yankee, go home!
Lightning can only strike twice so many times.
All right, W has spoken. That means it's time. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. Been meaning to do that for a while and just had some time to do it today and got it done because it's what we do. You know, what other things that I used to do that stuff when I was a little kid.
I think we need to do more of them.
And now I'm able to. Well, if you don't oversaturate.
Oh no, we won't over egg the pudding.
Right.
We'll,
I
don't want to do what?
Over egg the
What
pudding.
to the pudding? Why would you?
Why are you doing that to the pudding?
Why is there egg in the pudding?
Well, if you don't put egg in your pudding, it won't bind.
Do you put egg in your pudding, Matthew?
No.
Why does
Matthew does not often egg his pudding.
No, he has to think about it because with you, we don't know if there's like a double meaning to it. So he's just trying to go. Is he just mean really egg?
Is it a trap?
Processing.
Is Odie doing a double entendre?
If you didn't see it, go back. You can watch the wheels just going. How do I answer this?
Is that a euphemism?
By the way, you know that just reminded me when Matthew was on the Nerf wall, and guess what? He's not going to be on it this time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So that's down to 2.
Yeah, it is.
You know
who else is not going to be on it?
Go on.
Me.
Oh man!
Yay! We get to shoot Odie.
Yay!
All right. So
does that mean that I'm going to be sore when I'm filling in for Charlie James on Monday afternoon?
Well,
did I say that that's happening on Monday?
Oh, this Monday?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
what time?
6 o'clock until 7. Charlie is doing some extracurriculars, so I'm going to be gracing you with my dulcet tones.
Yeah, you'll get to be
Grayson?
around while I'm here too.
Yeah, we get to have the
Wow.
fun in the chats.
Yay.
Wow. And Will will be here too. All right, so here we go. Here are the final scores for WrestleMania. I went 10-4. Cameron went 11-3. So you beat me.
Ooh.
Rob Brown went 12-2. Like I said, he only missed 2, including Gunther losing to Sami Zayn. Rob Young went 10-4. So there we go. Matthew 9-5. Look at you. I know it disappoints you that you did so well. And Odie,
I'm just built different.
Odie is he's mid.
I'm what?
You're mid.
You're mid.
You're mid.
You're mid.
I'm 5-5.
Yeah, 7-7. Yeah.
7-7.
Yeah, you're mid.
Okay.
You're
Well,
mid. So
Back
No, look at-
500, buddy.
yeah.
At the end of the day, it took a lot of time and effort and, patience and kindness and deliberations and a little bit of studying and ever so slightly amounts of concentration, and still had no clue what I was talking about.
All right, you remember the show Heroes? They are they're rebooting it.
Just for one day.
Did you enjoy I love the reference. Heroes. Did you ever watch the show Heroes?
No, I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, Save the Cheerleader, Save the World. They are rebooting it. So
Okay.
we will see. I mean, it kind of fizzled out because of writer strikes and things
Yeah.
in the middle of its second season. But Siler was an excellent bad guy. And what was the name of the Japanese dude or Chinese Hero? Yeah, yeah. It would be that, wouldn't it?
I have never heard that giggle come out of you before, and I don't want to hear it again.
Okay. Well, let's see what we can do about not making that happen again. All right. Joker 2's trailer is out.
Man.
Did anyone watch it?
Yeah.
No.
I watched it.
I'll be glad you didn't, because it's
I'd imagine it's probably bad.
It is, as the French
Matthew,
say,
you want to.
as the French people say, it is el terrible.
Yeah, the people who really like the first one are probably going to like this one. The last 10 or 15 minutes were pretty good, but the pacing was horrible on the first one.
It was
just
torture.
like it was, as Odie would say, cinema from 1972. I mean, because the pacing was 1972 pacing, and I don't know that because of the pacing for movies like John Wick or something like that have just tainted me to where I need fast pace.
Yeah.
But it was very predictable. I mean, you could tell, okay, that's not really happening. That's in his head. There's going to be a lot of that. Am I going to watch it? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go see it. Just because I want to see, I know how it's going to sound. I want to see Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn. I want to see what she
I thought
does.
that the first Joker movie was fantastic. I just don't think that they can follow that up.
Well, it's a musical too. And
Yeah.
I mean,
Aren't you a fan of musicals, Matthew?
yeah. Are you afraid you might sing along? I mean, it's a possibility.
Do you like musicals, Vegeta?
I don't know. It might be good. It may not be good. Speaking
I
of,
don't think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be terrible.
My board says that
Oh,
these
no.
girls are on the rise.
Napa's marketing team is back.
yeah. Want to thank
The element
you.
of surprise.
I want to thank you.
That's a horrible scream. You're never going to go Super Saiyan like that.
You're right. Let me be myself again right here on this here program. I do want to say, you never know when a show is going to be your last show. I'm not being. Oh my gosh!
Why are you
Is this
saying
it?
that?
I just want to say that I had fun. It was a fun show. You never know when the show is going to be your last show. But the one thing about this show is there was no. Okay, I offended that person. I offended that person. What I really hope is that we offended everyone.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's what we're trying to do.
And there's a big difference
I hope
between.
that I appeal to absolutely everybody.
There's a big difference between Girl Scouts and Grannies. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You just couldn't let it go.
Let it
Yeah.
go.
Well, you could have. You could have.
Could have, but it
And
didn't.
no one's going to get it. But that's fine. We will see you next week.
On Monday.
And Odie's filling in, and I will be a with and an and on the Rob Brown Show. 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday. Check us out on our sister station, and have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy the sun.
Well, that's it. End communication.
You're still here? It's over.
Go home.
Thank you, Mark.
Don't let it go. Don't let it go.
Being nice. It was all right.
The voice.
Yeah, you should listen to Tony Monday.
WYRD HD1. Spartanburg, Greenville, Anderson, Clemson.
Always live on the free Odyssey.
Oh, because I got a thing.
Iran attacks. On Jack Callahan, Fox News. Israel says that Iran has launched waves of drones aimed at Israeli targets today, expected to reach Israeli territory in a matter of hours. The White House says the U.S. will support Israel in the face of the attack. Fox's Trey Yingst with more from Tel Aviv.
Israeli forces are on high alert tonight, bracing for an Iranian response. Israel's defense minister Yoav Gallant releasing a statement saying they are closely monitoring a planned attack by Iran.
Say goodbye, Matthew.
Israeli officials telling Fox News they believe this attack could
I
come
will say, we will all say,
understanding there are clear indications across the region that point to a flat